Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah ma ba'd. Okay, this question is asking here, are we allowed to bequeath more than a third? Now, the majority of the ulama have said no, it's not allowed. This is because the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says to Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas in hadith which is authentic, Bukhari, Muslim, وَالثُّلُثُ وَثُلُثُ كَثِيرٌ. A third, and even a third, is a lot. And this is why Ibn Abbas, he left behind a fourth, may Allah be pleased with him. It's been narrated that Abu Bakr left behind a fifth, may Allah be pleased with him also. Therefore, leaving behind a third is still a lot, even though the Messenger of Allah ﷺ gave out the absolute limit, maximum. Now here, what if the heirs have agreed that they can give away more than a third from the wealth of the deceased? Is that allowed or not allowed? So there are two separate issues. The maximum limit is a third. What if the heirs say, okay, let's give it all away, or more than a third, whatever it might be, half, wherever it might be? Then the ulama have said, if the heirs agree to absolve themselves from their rights towards inheritance, then this is okay, as long as they agree. And now agreeing here is subject to certain conditions. They must be able to make that decision. They must be of sound mind and reasoning. They must be adult. They must know what they're doing. They can't be coerced. And they have to be of those people who have a good balance when it comes to their finances, and can't be of those people who are foolish and say, yeah, it doesn't matter, I don't want the money, and then afterward regret it, etc. If it has been made by a person with intellect, who's adult, who's sound of mind, male or female, and they know what they are doing, they're not being coerced, then it is permissible for them to give up their share of the inheritance, and they can do whatever they want with that. So imagine they want to give away half of what is supposed to be theirs, or even total, everything, then that is allowed, inshallah, as long as they all agree. Okay, what if there's 3 or 4 heirs? Let's say there's 3 heirs and they all agree, fine, we've kind of just dealt with that. But what if 2 of them say yes and 1 says no? Then in that scenario, the one who says no gets his haqq, and the other 2 can do what they want. So now let's say, for example, someone passes away and they've left behind, parent passes away, father passes away, and he's left behind a mother, a daughter and a son. Mother gets an 1/8, and the rest is split, with the son getting twice more than the daughter. So it's split into 3 shares after the 1/8 is given to the mother, and the son gets 2/3, and the girl, the daughter, will get a remaining 1/3 after the 1/8 was given away. Right, what if the son says, no, I want my 2/3? So we give him his 2/3 after the 1/8, and then what remains from the 1/8 and the 1/3 after the 1/8 is up to them. They could say, okay, we'll give a share away to the bequeathment that our father or my husband left behind, and that is up to them. So hopefully now this mas'ala is clear, and this is a very important issue, and I think this is something that really needs to be studied, because obviously death is real and it's going to come to every single one of us, and we don't know when it's going to come. And the last thing you want to do at the point of you losing a loved one is to worry about the dunya and finances. So if you've studied these masail before it actually occurs, if the person writes down their will before he passes away, and all of these things, I mean, you can see the hikmah of the sharia in this. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He gives us a good end, and that He gives us the best of heirs in iman and taqwa after we passed away. هذا والله أعلم وصلى الله على نبينا محمد.